Hey everybody, we just dropped my newest paintbrush set with CRAOLA art supplies. There it is, that's it. Yep, we used Into the Well as the label. This time we stripped it down to 2 brushes. Here's why. I've been working on a bunch of these bird studies and smaller pieces recently as I prepare for my next solo show. I noticed that I really don't need much when working on these smaller paintings and wanted to share with you my 2-brush technique. Over the years, I have found that every application of paint I make to canvas or panel involves at least 2 brushes, one to lay down the paint and one to blend an edge or soften a section. This set includes a jar of CRAOLA's coconut oil soap. It's great for cleaning your brushes after a session and preserves them until the next time you use them. Watch through till the end for a quick demo. I also like throwing a sticker in the pack, so this time we chose my painting, Butcher. The 2 brushes I selected for the set are the number 6 Crimson Taklon Filbert and the number 3 Taklon Round. These brushes have smooth and firm bristles and are perfect for all mediums, including acrylics, oils, watercolor, enamel, gouache, and ink. So the process is pretty simple, really. I'm taking the paint, laying it down with the round, and then grabbing the filbert, which is, at this point, it's just slightly damp, which the water allows me to move the paint around to even out the color or blend an edge. When I talk about blending edges, it's usually I'll have a dried section of the painting, and if I want it to look like a color is blending into another one, I will lay down that color on top of it, and then I'll blend that edge out, which gives it the appearance of the 2 colors having been blended together when they were wet, when in reality you're just blending a color, the edge off of it on top of it, creating the transparency, giving the appearance of a blend. So as for the content of this painting, I recently did that painting of Garfield as a Pez dispenser. It was really fun. I made a sticker design. Didn't make stickers actually, but just the design, just for fun, because nostalgia. Grew up watching it, reading the comics, reading the books, and so I thought I would make a mouse that could be living in the Garfield world, and threw it into this graffiti piece on a broken chunk of wall. And the reason I chose a mouse is because this bird that I'm painting is called a butcher bird, and it's also called a shrike. And these birds are known for capturing their prey and piercing them like onto thorns or like spiky fences, and then eating them. Like if you look up a shrike or a butcher bird, you'll just see pictures of mice and lizards and other birds and creatures that they prey upon. And for such a cute little bird, they almost look like a sparrow. They're pretty vicious. You can see in this brush stroke where this number 3 round really has a lot of its strengths. It holds that line really well. You have a lot of control with the springiness of the bristles, and it allows you to pull these long lines. So the surface that I'm painting on is a heavy-duty archival mat board. It's very thick, so as you can see, when I rip it, it's got that cool deckled edge, and it holds up really well with the paint. I generally will put a layer of gesso or white paint down and matte medium before I start, and so the paint just adheres really well. Funny part about it, I don't know how to tell you where to get it. My printer was throwing out tons of excess at one point, and I asked for it, and I have probably 1,000 pieces of this paper, this matte board, sitting in my studio. So it's been fun experimenting with it and making studies. This next step you've probably seen in my other videos. I use sandpaper to deteriorate sections that look like walls. So I didn't want to bore you and make you listen to the sander. So sanded it, and now I'm putting matte medium over the top to reseal the paper on some of the ripped edges and to give it a nice surface to add more paint. So some of you might be new to watching my videos or learning about my history and my past. Might be wondering why the graffiti on the walls and what's that all about. Well, that's because that's where I came from. That's where I got my start doing art, was painting on the streets. I started doing graffiti back in 1992, and I've never really stopped. I've slowed down a lot now that I'm almost 50, but it's still a huge part of my life, and yeah, I like to include it in my work. What I like about these filberts is when I'm pulling these lines right here, it holds its edge. It kind of comes to a point, and you can get some really detailed line work even with the filbert, as long as you have the right consistency of the paint. Most of you all know, I think you all know, I'm using acrylics. It's pretty obvious. I'm mixing with water and all that stuff. I don't even know if I said it, but not having to fight with your mediums is really great. I use Nova Color acrylics, and they work really well with the way I paint what I want to do. There's plenty of great brands out there. Try them all out, see what you like the most, but this one's been pretty tried and true for the past 17, 18 years for me. And it's mess around with like the amount of water you mix with it, or if you want to try out different mediums. I have a video on here of a slow dry medium that I mix, and I could put that in the description for you guys if you want to try it out. But it's just always good to practice paint every day so you can see how the paint reacts with different mediums and water, and you'll learn something new every single time. there it is, our finished painting. Don't go anywhere just yet. I'm going to show you how to clean these brushes with the coconut oil soap. You're going to want to get a good lather on there, swish it around, make sure you get all the paint particles out, get it out of the base where the bristles, where the bristles come out. Rinse it, massage it through with your fingers. Just get all the paint out of there. Rinse it off, and I usually go back into the soap and put a layer on the brushes, on the bristles at the end, and I leave it for the next time I paint, and then I just rinse it real quick and start painting. It keeps the brushes nice and sharp and on point. If you'd like to pick up a set of my new brush set with Trakell, you could click on the link in the bio. I'll put all the links, information, everything you need to know to get your own set. I'm really happy with the way these came out. Yeah, also let me know if you like this format of video with some instruction included, and leave a comment, let me know. Click like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and have a good day. Take care.